Hello everybody, I'm Hollywood Tony P, and welcome to the IWC 6 ZWO Conversion Preview Show, where we're going to take you through all the ins and outs of each of these spectacular matches on this great pay-per-view tonight. First of all, we'd like to remind you that you can go to wearewrestling.net and listen to the show live when it does air 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Mountain. What a great show it's going to be. ZWO Conversion Pay-Per-View came about a while back in the IWC. ZWO given a night to shine. King of the Mountain match. Ming returns. Lo and behold, the match was epic, and the board of directors decided through our good friend Johnson P. Derrywinkle that the ZWO will in fact host the next pay-per-view, and thus the ZWO Conversion Pay-Per-View was born. So let's take a quick look at the matches and how they add up, sum up, and how they began. First up on the night, the Legends Championship Rumble-style match. The Legends Championship was vacated by the undefeated IWC World Heavyweight Champion Captain Random when the anonymous Raw General Manager found a loophole in the bylaws of the IWC. Apparently, it is illegal for any competitor to hold more than one title at one time, and thus the undefeated IWC World Heavyweight Champion Captain Random, who in fact joined the ZWO, winning that self-same title. The match is like a Rumble-style match. Every 90 seconds, a new competitor comes in. 30 competitors in all. You must go over the top rope and touch the ground with both feet, and then you are eliminated. The last man standing, the last person in there, will be the Legends Champion, and the person who can defeat all other 29 men will be the new Legends Champion and a whole prestige in the IWC. All your favorites will be involved. We already know that number 1 is going to be Ryder for Life after losing a match against KV on Wednesday. Number 30 should come as no surprise. Hostile Puma, the leader of the ZWO, making it known that it is their pay-per-view and they get to be number 30. Who is going to win this big Legend-style championship match? You're going to have to stay tuned and find out tonight, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Mountain. You're going to want to see the ZWO Conversion Pay-Per-View only live on wearewrestling.net, wearewrestling.net, or tgtsradio.com. We have another big match, the Big Booker Battle. Jamari. Everybody's got time for Jamari versus the Minister of Sinister. And one can wonder if the Ministry of Sinistry is going to be at ringside and what kind of impact they will have. But this is not any ordinary match. This is going to be a special guest referee match. Johnson P. Derrywinkle, the lawyer for the board of directors of the IWC, laying it down last week that in fact there would be a special guest referee and that the head booker status in the IWC must be concluded. Jamari and Minister of Sinister have a big history. Minister of Sinister taking that head booker status spot away from Jamari at the very first IWC pay-per-view. Jamari has been chasing it ever since, and recently, due to recent actions, Minister of Sinister and the Ministry of Sinistry, Minister of Sinister has been stripped of that head booker status, and he wants it back as well. Which one of these huge juggernauts is going to become the head booker of the IWC? Which one of them will be controlling the fate of every one of the competitors on the card tonight? You're going to want to stay tuned to find out right here on wearewrestling.net or tgtsradio.com. IWC 6 Conversion pay-per-view. Don't forget there's that big IC Championship match. The IWC IC Championship is a prestigious championship that was brought in by the acquisition Eric V. Veris. Eric Veris made a noble showing in the months to follow, beating competitor after competitor cementing his foot inside the cement of history in the IWC. However, his title reign was lived only long enough to see ZWO Loverboy Langley take that title away in an epic style match at a ZWO at an IWC pay-per-view. Eric V. Veris since then has not gotten his rematch. That's right. He went to the board of directors and demanded that he get his rematch, and the board of directors did not fail to impress us by giving us this match at this IWC 6 ZWO Conversion pay-per-view. This match is going to be great because it's a street fight. ZWO Loverboy Langley versus Eric V. Veris in a street fight. These two, you're not going to want to miss this, and you don't know what's going to happen tonight on the IWC 6 ZWO Conversion pay-per-view. Don't forget, also on the card, the big Tag Team Championship match. This match for all the glory, a TLC triple threat tag team title match only in the IWC. The ZWO came into the IWC, took over. Chuck and Jack, the tag team champions, took those titles away from the Anonymous Plutonium, forcing T-Rock Plutonium out of the industry forever. The Anonymous Blood General Manager is back, but T-Rock Plutonium then boarded a plane, crashed in somewhere in Africa. He did not die. Body was never found, but he is presumed dead. He is lost. All from the ZWO winning the Tag Team Championships. As we said earlier, in the mix is also going to be the ZWO's newest acquisition, the Cuntbags, John Smith and Rob Tyson. John Smith, Rob Tyson, both men getting frustrated at the IWC. Both men not doing as well. Pocahontas, of course, by John Smith's side. Together forming the Cuntbags, these two are on a tear. They've been on a roll, winning almost every match they participate in. And of course, joining the ZWO weeks ago, this is going to make it difficult for our third and final competitor in this triple threat TLC tag match. The Emperors of the Universe, Ming and Spirit Squad Nikki, the Ming the Merciless, not seen for as many times as I can remember, coming back at the King of the Mountain, causing havoc, Ming the Merciless, and then the next week the Spirit Squad Nikki, Ming, Spirit Squad Nikki standing in the ring, and then uniting again once more as the Emperors of the Universe. Every fan of the IWC who's been listening since they've been a child was excited about this, and then these three teams all have equal opportunity to win the IWC Tag Team titles, and one of them will leave this pay-per-view. And then, of course, finally, there's that big IWC World Heavyweight Championship match. The undefeated 387-0 Captain Random of the ZWO will take on the #1 contender, JD from Pittsburgh. Now, Captain Random stunned the world by not only becoming the first ever IWC World Heavyweight Champion and Legends Champion, he also turned his back on the IWC to gain that title. Johnson P. Terry Wickle of the Board of Directors, though, would not let him keep both, and thus he gave up the Legends Championship, keeping the IWC World Heavyweight Championship and also keeping his impressive streak. 387 wins, 0 losses, the undefeated IWC World Heavyweight Champion, Captain Random, in the ZWO prize to make history tonight in the IWC. And don't forget JD from Pittsburgh, he won that big match. First he beat Jamari, then he beat Wrath of a War Child. Out of nowhere comes JD from Pittsburgh, and he gets to be the #1 contender for the IWC World Heavyweight Championship, fighting Captain Random right there in that ring. What a great pay-per-view it's going to be tonight. We are Wrestling.net, TGTSradio.com. This is going to be a good show. Starts at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I'm Hollywood Tony P, the voice of the IWC. Thank you for joining me on this preview show of the preview of the pay-per-view. Come back tonight and see the full pay-per-view or find it in archive. TGTSradio.com or We Are Wrestling.net. We'll see you guys tonight. IWC 6 ZWO Conversion pay-per-view. be there.